Do you ever feel like you have so much on your mind that you almost have nothing on your mind at the same time? For me, I experienced that a lot this past week, and I wanted to share with you what I did to combat that and something really interesting that I discovered and think will be really helpful. Normally, I'm a pretty laid back person. Like, I don't normally have too much going on in my day to day other than the things I need to get done for work. My husband and I have some businesses together, so I usually spend some time getting some work done for that. And then aside from that, we just spend time together. We read, we go to the gym. It's not very, doesn't take a lot of thought. But recently I noticed since I've been traveling, we started planning a lot more activities and a lot more places to go. And I was just saying to my husband that it just felt really weird. Like, normally I can be really reflective and I get into deep thought and I'm able to really critically think. Recently I just felt like I told him, I just feel like my brain is blank. Like, it just feels like when I try to reflect or go into deep thought or think about anything on a deeper level, more critically, that there's nothing coming up. And then it dawned on me that, this past week or so, I've been so busy planning things for us to do, places for us to go, that's really been consuming what's on my mind every day, even when I didn't really realize it. And I just kind of sat there thinking, how do I get over this? Because I need to be able to critically think or think deeper or just I like having deeper thoughts. I like reflecting on how I'm feeling and that sort of stuff, and nothing was there. And so I took a minute and took some time for myself. I put earphones in and I sat on the balcony one night, a couple nights ago, and I just put on some calming music and just shut my eyes and just kind of tuned out everything around me and just sat there with the calming music in my ears and my eyes shut and just really not thinking about much. There were some thoughts that came up here and there, but I really tried to just focus on not thinking about anything and just kind of focusing on my breathing. It was basically like a meditation, something that I've done a few times in my life, but this one was kind of different. I just felt like I needed to do it. And when I did it, after sitting there for probably 15 minutes with the music playing in my ears, my eyes closed, just feeling the breeze outside on my skin, I came back in and just had so much mental clarity. I started talking to my husband about our business and an idea that came up that I wasn't even really, like I said, I wasn't thinking about anything during the meditation that I was doing. But the clarity that I had after, these ideas just came up and I was able to share them with him and have more of those thoughts that I was missing and looking for that I normally do have. And so I wanted to share this with you because it's not something that I've experienced a lot of, but I do think, not to say that's not something that I experienced a lot of, but I wasn't really aware of it if I ever was really busy and how much it can take away from our ability to think and make thoughtful decisions for ourselves. I think it's so easy to get caught up in the day-to-day that we have and continuously keeping ourselves busy and thinking about the next task and the next task and the next thing, where it really gets in the way of us being able to grow and to just think on a deeper level that we need to be able to move forward and progress more in our lives. I just think it's really important to take time and do nothing sometimes. And I know for me, doing nothing can be difficult for sure. And I know for other people that I've talked to about this too, it's very hard. We always need to have something playing in the background, like a show or something, and even by doing that, you're filling your mind with all these sounds around you and words and whatever they're saying in the show or podcast or whatever it is, that you're not allowing yourself time to think and to come up with ideas and be creative and do all these things that actually help us become better versions of ourselves. And there's just a lot of power in doing nothing, being still. So for me anyways, what's really helped with that was doing nothing by sitting down outside, but also putting on a little bit of meditation music or calming music, like I mentioned. It made me feel like I had something to focus on. I was focusing on the music, I was focusing on my breath or the environment around me, but in a way that wasn't taking up mental capacity and wasn't kind of filling my brain with all this external noise. I was really able to kind of tap into being still and essentially doing nothing, thinking about nothing other than where I was and what I was doing in that moment. And it was just unbelievable how much clarity came after that. I feel like I had this huge block in my head where it was just so blank because I was so consumed by everything that I was doing or going to do and planning and all of that this just completely eliminated that and allowed me to tap into those thoughts that I needed to come up with the ideas that I needed to come up with and ones that I didn't even think of, and get back into that flow of just thinking deeply and critically and about real things that matter in my life to make me better, to help me move forward in the things that I was doing. Things that like my work and even like making this YouTube video, it helped me come up with an idea for it. I didn't even know, I was kind of struggling on what to think of or what to film because I literally couldn't think about anything else. My brain just felt like a blank slate, like there was just nothing coming in and nothing I was able to get out. And then doing this exercise of just sitting in the stillness and being still, doing that sort of meditation just gave me so much to provide. Like I said, I was able to talk about more ideas with my husband about our businesses, and then again, it turned into a video idea that I was struggling to come up with. So the moral of the story is take time to sit in silence, and by silence, you could sit listening to meditation music, like I said, just anything that doesn't have lyrics that are filling your head with all these different ideas and stories and blocking your ability to, distractions, blocking your ability to actually think clearly and have that mental clarity, because it truly is life-changing. And I think a lot of us go through our day and our weeks and our months without even considering, have I taken time for myself to be still, to not think about anything else other than the present moment and just sit with my own thoughts and not think about the next thing or the next thing that needs to be done. I just think it's really powerful. It's a really powerful thing that I've heard about other people talking about, and when they talk about meditation, I've tried meditating, and it just didn't really click for me until this past week happened, because I realized this was the first time that I really noticed what it had done for me. I was so clogged up with all these things going on, and it just completely eliminated all that and allowed me to have the mental clarity that I needed. And that is so powerful, because without that, how are you supposed to move forward in your life? How are you supposed to come up with new ideas and be creative in the things that you're doing and projects that you want to take on, or meaningful things going on in your life, even like relationships, business related stuff, job related stuff, really things going on with you that you need to understand better. Taking the time to sit in silence and in your own head is so important. And we do tend to distract ourselves with so many other things that are sort of meaningless. And don't get me wrong, like I said, like you obviously need to enjoy your life and do things that are fun for you. But I'm just saying that we do all this without incorporating the other side of sitting down and just sitting with ourselves and giving ourselves time to have mental clarity. It is so powerful. I can't say that enough, because this was the craziest thing I actually had experienced when it came to just sitting in my own thoughts and clearing my mind. So if you're someone that is constantly busy, thinking of the next thing or the next thing, and you kind of feel like you're not moving forward, you're not really getting anywhere, but you're doing all these things, thinking about all these things, take some time for you to just sit down and be in silence or listen to calming music without lyrics, like I said, and you'll see right after the mental clarity that you have. It's like all that chaos in your brain, all that craziness and busyness just disappears. And you'll be so surprised with what comes up after that. What ideas, what feelings, whatever it is, they will come up after being still. It's something nowadays as humans I feel like a lot of us don't do. It's really overlooked, but it's been something that's been used for decades or centuries or whatever. I don't know the history of meditation or like sitting in stillness, but there's proof that this works, and I just hope that you take the time to do it for yourself, because you will thank yourself. You will be so glad that you did it because of what will come out after it. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for being here. It means a lot. I'm so happy you're here, and I'll see you in the next one.